The Kia Sportage is a great all-round family SUV that offers generous amount of space for four and plenty of luggage space in the boot, with one of the best interiors in its class. The Sportage still makes the most sense though if you stick with lower level trims, but despite the Hyundai Tucson being a slightly cheaper route into a hybrid family SUV, I reckon the Sportage is the slightly more polished alternative. The Sportage typically makes sense when you stick with lower spec models in general, but GT line trim is extremely tempting because of its twin digital screens as well as heated seats, and they're electrically adjustable up front too. You've also got keyless ignition, adaptive cruise control if you have automatic gearbox, and it's probably where our money would go, to be honest, because that extra trim is just superb. This GT line combines sporty looks with all the kit. It pushes the price point up though, and when you're looking at a Sportage and you're thinking Kia, you do think bargain too. Kia has worked hard to give the Sportage plenty to differentiate itself from the competition. It starts with the look, and it also uses the latest tech, including LED lighting, to good effect. The Sportage features bold, boomerang-shaped LED running lights either side of a slim version of Kia's Tiger Nose grille. At the back, the car takes a clear lead from Kia's all-electric EV6, with the high-set taillights and the now popular full-width light strip. The boot door opening stretches down nice and low for easy access to a 587-litre boot. Inside, there's even more inspiration from the EV6, with its twin 12-inch screens, one in front of the driver with clear, easy-to-use graphics, plus a responsive touchscreen in the centre for the infotainment. The Sportage interior looks smart and uncluttered. The controls are grouped together and they're easy to find. The instrument cluster comes with a variety of layouts to choose from, and the animated graphics are smooth and clear with a high level of contrast. It's very easy to find a comfortable driving position in the Sportage, and there's enough adjustment to cater for most people. There's also plenty of steering wheel adjustment and lumbar support too. Firm bolstering is supportive for longer journeys, and the GT line has suede that grips you in place when cornering. Below the infotainment screen is a narrow touch panel that can alternate at the push of a button between shortcuts for commonly used functions such as stereo and climate settings. It looks slick, but honestly, physical buttons have always been better. High-spec models have wireless phone charging, and there are two types of USB port up front, and each front seat gets a USB-C port for rear passengers. The Sportage interior feels very solidly put together, with nicely damped switches, a good range of materials used, and plenty of squishy plastics and metallic effect finishes at eye level. Some of the plastics lower down are less pleasing, but they're generally out of sight and have a higher chance of being scuffed. It's a step above the equivalent Tucson, but doesn't quite reach the premium heights of a BMW X1 or Volvo XC40. The cabin feels airy for occupants, with a wide interior providing plenty of elbow, leg and headroom. Storage is generous, with door pockets that are large enough to take a bottle of water, a decent lidded centre cubby box, plus trays for a phone and keys. You've also got two cup holders behind the gear lever, and there's a decent sized glove box too. Rear passenger space is generous in comparison to most rivals, with loads of leg, head and elbow room also. You make two adults very comfortable back here. There's also plenty of space to tuck your feet under the front seats, and all models get pockets on the backs of the front seats, as well as two coat hooks and a fold down centre rear armrest that houses two cup holders. The rear doors can hold a drinks bottle, but they usually open wide enough to create a large, almost square access area that is useful for loading children into their seats. You can't remove the seats like the Skoda Karoq with their VarioFlex option, but you can recline them to allow passengers to lean back. The The Sportage has no trouble handling a family's holiday luggage. The hybrid flat floor lies flush with the boot, so it's easy to slide bulkier items in and out without a load lip to contend with. The HEV has 587 litres, the PHEV has 540, and the highest powered diesel has 526 litres of space. While standard safety kit is good, you've got cruise control, front and rear parking sensors and a rear view camera included. You've also got various camera and radar based systems which are designed to help prevent accidents. They include forward collision avoidance assist, and you've got monitoring for pedestrians, cyclists and cars. It initially provides a warning of potential collision, but along with lane assist it can be a little bit intrusive. There are a number of sub-menus you have to access in order to turn lane assist off, and with our badly designed roads here in Ireland, it just isn't good enough that you can't set these preferences up at the start of your ownership and leave them that way. Alongside Seat and Cupra, it's one of the systems where you must spend the most amount of time trying to get it set up. It's the equivalent of having to reset your seat and your steering wheel at the start of every journey. The sharp, modern look of the Sportage is another bold move from the Korean manufacturer. It's one that should at least help this family SUV stand out from another slew of all too familiar rivals. The Sportage has been improved in all the right areas. There's more passenger room, bigger boot, new infotainment system, and a choice of efficient hybrid engines. While the Sportage doesn't provide that much entertainment on the road, that would be missing the point. It's all about comfort and refinement. While Kia has made all the right moves by providing extra practical touches to make this, their best-selling SUV, even easier to live with.